56,426 or 56,466. That is definitely more than 49,999. In the last episode, I noticed something that seemed a bit odd, in that the defensive stats seem to keep going up. Like they just went up by like 15 each. See? You look at defense, 441. Let's drink one potion. Oh gosh, it's warm in here. 443. It's like vitality is still going up past the apparent limit of 99,999. And if that's the case, if it's actually at about 11,000 something, what is the limit of this? Is our strength and intelligence also moving up past 100,000? Did I say 11,000? Yeah, 110,000. So are strength and intelligence also moving up past those values? If you recall, we had 99,999 int, and thus, 99,999 magic attack, and we were not able to one-shot Terrible. So, if we go in through again, and run through the Shron's Maze again, but with, higher stats, could we potentially actually get in the kill? Oh hi Cinnamon, I kind of kicked you out of my seat because I wanted to go and record, and yes, the apartment is unnaturally warm today. I turned up the thermostat by like 2 degrees because it was cold this morning, and now it's like sweltering hot. I need to go and turn it back down again. But I just sat down to start recording because, hey, videos have to keep going up, and I don't want to do a 4-hour episode for this because I actually have stuff to talk about. You don't want to come up and snuggle? Yeah, recent news. Trying a diet where I'm just counting my calories and trying to deal with all of that. It's going well enough so far. Let me turn down the volume because it's already giving me a headache. Maybe that's the heat. I don't know. Yeah. Counting up my calories, that seems to be going well. I also got a vegetable spiralizer, so I can basically, cut into like carrots and potatoes and stuff. And I've been working with sweet potatoes today, and I can make like a bowl full of like spiraled up sweet potatoes. Basically sweet potato chips, because I throw them in the air fryer and salt them up. So it's almost like a slightly lower class version of potato chips. But these are healthy, high in sodium, sure, but low in calories. Like a whole bowl full might be 100 calories, which is kind of ridiculous because it's not, fried in oil, it's fried in air. And air is more healthy than oil. I'm willing to make that statement. So, yeah, low in calories, so I can have, a shocking amount of food if I just, eat the right foods. If I eat chicken instead of pork. If I have, like, frozen yogurt instead of, like, ice cream. Because, oh my gosh, I was actually eating a lot less. Yeah, because I got this thing of, like, frozen yogurt. And I guess, okay, so a mug's worth is probably about, this many calories. And I got, like, this little scale for foodstuffs. To put in the kitchen. Turns out that a mug full of that frozen yogurt stuff was actually about like half a cup less than I thought it was. So, yeah, full mug. It's not really a big mug, but it's like regular size mug. I mean, 180 calories is still quite a lot, but all things considered, it's like, what, 3 small pieces of chocolate? Yeah, Christmas time is... I still have chocolates and stuff from Christmas time. And it's weird. I was like, oh yeah, one of those little... What's the thing? Toffifees. One little Toffife is like 44 calories. These little like Mars bar... These little mini Mars bars. That I still have left over because I don't really like Mars bars compared to like Aero and stuff. It's like, what, 70 calories a piece? little chocolates from, like, you know, some sort of chocolate thing, 50 calories, like, ridiculous amounts. Kind of. I'm still in the early stages of the, calorie counting, so, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to survive on, like, 300 calories a day, because that would be pretty ridiculous. Yeah, turning to, like, exercise, trying to burn 1,000 calories from, like, fit boxing or something. Yeah, fit boxing actually sounds like an exercise. Like, okay, yeah, it's boxing. You're, like, up, you're moving, you're grooving, whatever. But if I say it's like, oh yeah, trying to burn calories with Beat Saber, gosh. Anyone know of a way I can get, like, a nice calorie burner to be, like, put on? No, calorie burn tracker. Calorie burning tracker that I can just put on to my, like, Oculus. Because I'm still trying to look for an app that does that. I figure... Well, actually, now that I'm finally done, that's the thing, though. I'm finally done with the story I was writing, so I can finally move my table up against the wall and set up a nice VR area in the living room, so I still have lots of space to move around. You know, like vacuum up, set down a blanket, whatever. And then I'll try to make everything work there. I try to set up, because I want to see how many calories I burn, like, I don't know, do another Let's Play of Skyrim, except not nearly so edited, because that was horrible. And just, it's like, okay, I burn, I don't know, 30 calories an hour. It's like, okay, well, that's good to know. Burn 300 an hour. Well, that's good to know, however much it might be. Considering that according to the math, I burn 70 calories an hour just in the difference of standing versus sitting. I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be around that, right? I don't know. But yeah, totally, get some more VR games going on. There just aren't exactly a lot of good VR games around. But hey, you know what? Skyrim is a pretty classic game by this point. Yeah, Skyrim is a classic game by this point. If I can get that mod to properly grab onto things, I'm sure that would be fun. Yeah, if I can try to find some way to play through Skyrim VR and, like, be able to move without using the control stick, I could actually authentically play it without using the controllers at all. Because to go to virtual desktop, you don't actually need controllers. That's one app that works with just your hands, because the Oculus can track your hands, which is kind of awesome. But if you need... Yeah, it's like... So, I mean, I'd be down for doing that as a Let's Play. Just find some way to still... Honestly. What I would think... The real downside, though, is that I think that the way to move in that situation would be to move in, like, physical space. And then, like, pause. Walk back to the other end of the physical space. Unpause, walk forward, pause, walk backwards. So not only would you actually have to legitimately walk the entire length of Skyrim to play, you would actually have to walk approximately twice the length of the walking path of Skyrim in order to, you know, just not use a controller. And if you happen to be in combat, your maneuverability is only so much. Wait. Oh yeah, I stopped last time because I had reached exactly... So anyway... Like, look, that's definitely a higher number, right? It's going up with every single levelizer we eat. So, we're definitely gaining more defense and magic defense just because we're eating levelizers and just because we get, like, skill orbs. And, like, that's all it actually requires. And, because I was wondering, because, like, if you get a skill orb and that skill is already maximized, like the various 99 skills, it'll just like whoop and not give you anything. But with the attribute runes, it should either give you health or give you nothing, but it will still give us strength and vitality. And I think it is actually increasing the skills. We'd have to, you know, go into the files of the game probably to find out what the actual values are, because they are visually capped, but not actually capped. Which means there could very well be a case where the level cap isn't actually 50,000. It could be like uncapped, but just visually max out at 50,000. I don't know how high stats would be able to go. I almost do want to set this up as a once per week, do a, 4-hour episode of it, just to see through. It's like, okay, this is how much we are able to do in this amount of, just, do this for 4 hours a week, 1 video a week, and just keep running with it, and see, it's like, oh, hey, we're finally, like, not getting stats anymore. This was actually, like, the limit. But I feel like I would rather do that on a save that I can actually farm and stuff. Hold on, buddy. Nom 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 nom. Oh shoot! Great autumn grass. That's already grown? Wow. Oh wait. We don't actually need any of this, so... Wait a second. What? Also, our health is only 1.4 million. Nope, cook with. Oh shoot, we don't even have all the stuff for it to make enough gold juice. Drat. Do we have extra gold juice lying around somewhere? No. Oh yeah, if you hadn't noticed, I also took my fridge and my storage and just kind of threw away everything that wasn't specifically related to this. So now I can hold a lot more proper stuff. How many flowers do I have? I mean, I know it's a decent number, but I forget what that number is. It's a few thousand, right? I mean, I guess when I do reach 50,000, I'm gonna want to have a few extras. Oh, that's right. I can also just... take all these seeds, cause I put them in here just to get them out of the storage, but now I can kinda not worry about it. I don't know why, but I just got hit with the urge to play the Shrek 2 video game again, and like, yeah, I played that once and it was fun. Tried to play it again, it feels like just a couple months ago. It almost feels like recent enough that it would have been for the channel, but I don't remember actually filming it. I tried to play it and it was like, well, no. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a good PS2 game to play once. That's it. Don't need to go through again. Okay, wait, hold up. Let me turn my volume back up a little bit so I can... See, that raised the stat by 1, but it doesn't raise health. It raised something by 1, though. See, you hear the whistle because that rune didn't actually raise a skill. That was vitality, wasn't it? 988. 989. Maybe that was vitality and the first one was strength. So defenses actually do go up past 50,000 without equipment. Because that always seemed odd to me that, like, hey, eventually equipment becomes useless once you get your stats capped, unless you specifically want to put it in defense and magic defense. Those are the only, like, sorry, stat boosts that you can still get from equipment in the very late game. If I wear that, that'll go down. But yeah, I just need about 43,009 more defense. And like, that's it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but speaking of games and stuff, apparently there's going to be a new Saints Row game coming out at some point. I don't know, maybe this year, a couple of years from now. And considering how I've Let's Played all of the other Saints Row games, I kind of feel obligated to play it, but except this time it'll be under the new name of the channel. Yeah. Although it might possibly just be, hey, it's all of the previous Saints Row games, just again. In which case there wouldn't really be much of a point. Also, I tried to look back on my old Saints Row recordings, which, to be fair, were bad. Turns out 15-minute episodes of only really works if you're going to edit it to be the most interesting 15 minutes of maybe an hour or two. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure I'm going to be looking back at all of these videos in the future and seeing, oh gosh, this was horrible, why didn't I even, like, try to edit any of these? It's like, hey, I tried to edit the Skyrim ones. I'm sure future me remembers how much of a nightmare that was, because I tried to, I don't know, edit in, like, HD or whatever, and that just doesn't work. Yeah, if I'm gonna really be getting into editing, I'm gonna need to get more RAM. Oh wait, I can do this as well. Yeah, it's still summer, but like, look at all these seeds. Goes well in fall, not in other seasons. Winter, specifically. Winter, but not summer. Winter, not other seasons. Winter, but not summer. The only one that doesn't specifically grow bad in summer would be the lampgrass. So I'm gonna grow some lampgrass here. And pom-pom grass, and I have blue crystal. Don't read into the blue crystal comment. Hey, what up? Anyway, oh gosh, so few princess points, because that's why I was like buying so much stuff. It's not a sale day. We have no more of these things. Yeah, autumn grass. Fireflower. What's up? What's up? Wow to you as well. Oh, that's right. I also want to try to get Arthur up to like 999 friendliness points. So I'm sure that would be a thing worth trying, right? Absolutely not. Good point. Oh, right. I want like full inventories worth of all of the golden stuff, so that's a thing. But yeah, mostly I just wanted to comment on, I did notice, and I actually told last episode about how the stats, the defense and magic defense are still going up, which means there might be even more to Rune Factory 4 than people have given it credit for in the past decade. Because yes, people have noticed that the stats cap, but nobody noticed, but as far as I found, nobody noticed that the stats don't actually cap. Wait, what was... Weird. Anyway. Okay. Like, I had never known that there was a money cap at 2 billion. Which is a very arbitrary point for a money cap, as I've mentioned before. Uh, yeah, still just around 30-ish episodes till Rune Factory 5. That comes out in, what, late March? Oh, also, starting, I think it would be next week, is it? Wait. Yes, next week, Saturday, because Saturday's the new episode day, I should be uploading an episode of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and then I'll just probably start a series on that, because it comes out on the Friday. And I figure that I'll just get it and start playing it, and probably play it for 5 or 6 or 10 hours or however long until I get bored and start uploading that as a series. But hey, if I want to be a popular YouTuber, I have to go and play it as soon as it comes out. So who knows? Maybe on that Friday, as soon as I get access to it, I'll start streaming it or whatever. And then people will be looking for, it's like, oh, Pokemon Legends Arceus is out. Let's go and find someone who's streaming it. And I'll be streaming it and I might get some viewers that way. And because you always have to be on top of the newest and greatest thing. Like, bloody... The new Five Nights at Freddy's game came out a while back, and within 2 days, people already beaten the game, hacked into the game, and found everything in the game, and, like, found all of the endings, like, within, like, 2 days. Like, there was already a speed run of it within a few days. Like, why couldn't that sort of community get it? Yeah, why couldn't that sort of excitement be in for something like Rune Factory? Like, yeah, sure. Let's let's take about 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 people and spend all of your effort over the span of 2 days to find out all these secrets about bloody Rune Factory 4. You don't have to all swarm around one game, you know. Like, there are lots of games out there. You know how hard it was for me to find a single speedrun of, well, not so much hard, but you know how many, like, speedruns there are of, like, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters? Like, bloody 1! Like, I'd be so down for seeing, like, a co-op 100% speedrun of Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. Heck, if I had someone who is as into that game as me, we could definitely, try it. Heck, I would absolutely love to do a Let's Play of that game with someone sometime and try to go for 100%. Like, yeah, sure, it's pretty childish, it's pretty easy, but I'm sure we could, you know, do it. And, yeah, heck, just take a weekend and just try to, like, make a full run of the game. Actually, I wonder, I should check, like, Speedrun Archive or whatever to see if anyone does have a co-op 100% speedrun of it. Because, like, if not, like, I'd guess 10 hours for a casual 100% run. Because if not, I could just grab someone, snag a weekend, and we could just go for it. Because I'm sure that wouldn't go poorly at all whatsoever. So, hold on. Yeah, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. Any percent is about 2 minutes. 100% is 2 hours, 20 minutes. Or second place is 3.5 hours. About one person. Shockingly faster. Interesting. All boss tokens co-op 34 minutes, because you really just have to get the boss tokens and just get enough stuff to go to the next place. I'd be so down for doing some sort of challenge run of that game. Wait a second. What do we have and what do we not have? We have that, and that. So we have all of the flower stuff we need. I say let's just go and grab the hot fruit that we also need. Should we get another 1,000 worth though? We probably should, honestly. And then we can reset and get full stacks of all of the golden vegetables we need. So yeah, lots of buying stuff. Lots and lots of buying stuff, if you want to be able to guess. I wouldn't blame anyone for just not watching the rest of this. It is definitively not exciting. But, oh well, it's not like people actually watch these in the first place. Right, speaking of things, I really should just sit down and pick a game and play out the game to completion, and then just grab another game and do that, and just keep grabbing games and keep playing them through and play them and beat them and play them and beat them. As I'm leaving, I try to grab one last hot fruit. Yeah, I'm definitely not the sort of person to find, like, hacks in games to be like, oh, well, if I rub up against this corner, let's see if I can, like, glitch through the wall. Da-da-da-da. Like, no, I'm definitely not. So I wind up doing that. Oh, gosh. Heart drinks only give you, like... I'm going to see, okay? I'm going to see. I'm going to get up to max level. I'm going to get up to level 50,000, and I'm going to keep trying to eat levelizers and see if that still gives me stats. By that point, my defense and magic defense could very well be maxed out. Probably not, but they could be. But health probably won't be. I still need... what, 591,105 health just to reach the 2 million mark, and 2 million isn't even the cap on health. Is it, you know, one under 10 million? Because are the numbers going to just keep squishing? If I reach 10 million health and it still hasn't capped yet, then that would just be impressive. See, I think, yeah, just turn Rune Factory instead of every other day thing to once a week thing. And it's nice, it is kind of nice having Rune Factory as my go-to. This is like the backbone of the channel. This is like the basis, so on and so forth. This is the thing that I do. Although, I remember, I'm sure I talked about this in the last Rune Factory I was talking. I remember years ago, I had this one game that I'd play one episode of every single time I beat a game and talk about that game. And I almost want to do that again, just have one series that's just a casual series that's like full spoiler series. Maybe something like Minecraft or whatever. Nobody really cares about it, but it's like, hey, I could spend a whole hour talking about the games I've played, but I don't need to spend so much time talking about the games I've played. I talk about them while I play them, and if I have extra thoughts afterwards, I will see them, like, in the credits of the game. Like I did with Sword of the Necromancer, which, by the way, awesome game. Speaking of awesome games, there's a Steam sale that's also coming out, like, next week, so I don't know if my schedule is going to suddenly shift into different games, but I'm going to at least try to finish the games I'm currently working on. What are these games I'm currently working on? Shoot. So, I have my list, but my list is off now, isn't it? I don't even know where my list is anymore. Wow. All I know is that the, that's what to say, oh, that's right, I need to record more Slay the Spire. Okay, wait. Without going back to my YouTube, what are the 5 games I play per week? Because I know I have Rune Factory 4, and I have Dark Cloud 2 as 2 of the games I play. But, what are the other 5 games I play? Because Friday is miscellaneous, and Saturday is new. Sunday is Ender Lilies, because I know I just recorded the next episode of that. So yeah, I have Ender Lilies on Sundays. Monday, I'm not sure what Monday is. Tuesday is Inscription, though. Wednesday is... I think it might still be Hostility, or whatever that mountain climbing game is, but it's going to be Tonto Kure for a while. That was going to be Tuesday. No, Monday was Sword of the Necromancer. But I don't know what's going up after the last Sword of the Necromancer. That's right. Hold on one quick second. I think my Mondays might be hampered now, right? Let's see, the 24th? Yeah, because I have Sword of the Necromancer, and then on the 31st, I have Sword of the Necromancer. But then on February 7th, I have Sword of the Necromancer, but on the 14th, I don't have anything. So it is currently Sword of the Necromancer, but I have finished it. I need something else for Mondays, starting a few weeks from now. Sundays is Ender Lilies. I should just get into a thing and record a bunch of that right now. See, I need to record more Ender Lilies. Then I have Sword of the Necromancer for now, but I need to start recording something else. And then I have Inscription, and I have Inscription settled until... until late April. I have the next 3 months, February, March, April, are all, like, every Tuesday is gonna have Inscription. And probably even longer than that, I'm gonna keep playing Inscription, because, hey, Casey's Mod can still unlock stuff, and if I get Chandra to want to have another session of Inscription in the next within the next 3 months, we're gonna get more episodes. Don't count on Fire Emblem coming out anytime soon. So yeah, Inscription, Tuesdays are good for a few months now. And honestly, I would love to have a series. I'd almost love to have a series that's, like, set out and planned ahead for like a solid year, so I just don't have to worry about it. Like I had said, if I had spent a couple of months at the end of last year working on like the Dark Chronicle series, just so I'd be like, oh, by the way, overload YouTube, post 180 videos for that. It's like, yeah, no, I'm good. And I'm hoping I only have to do one more episode of grinding on that, and then I'll be good. I should also record that today as well, but of course no commentary because it is more grinding, and I do like the commentary. I do like randomly talking into the void, because the void doesn't answer back. The void won't talk back to me, you know? It's nice. It's peaceful. It's quiet. It's 9:17 p.m. Also, yeah, that's right. I should play more Switch games like Doom. I got Doom on the Switch. I should play it. Oh yeah, so anyway, Wednesday for now. You see the 25th is... Wait, no. 26th is... Oh yeah, the 26th is going to be Tonto Kure. The 19th was also Tonto Kure. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do some Tonto Kure until this update is done, because that might be, I don't know, 5 more episodes? Yeah, I should play Tonto Kure until the update is done, and then I have Monday... And then I have Mondays and Wednesdays I'll need a new series for. Who knows, maybe I do like the idea of Monday being a cartoon... some sort of a cartoon game series. But, like, yeah, something more simple. Because sometimes I just want something more simple. It's been a coincidence so far it's been like that, but who knows. And then Thursday is Slay the Spire, and it's probably going to just keep being Slay the Spire for a while. That game is fun to just sit down, play for a few hours, be done. Sit down, play a few... Because, I mean, yeah, sure, having it on for every, like, Thursday of the month, well, that's only 4 hours if I record a single 4-hour session, aka the amount of time I might put into recording one Rune Factory episode. That's like a month. So I could very easily just... So, alley-oop, alley-oop. Nope, 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 nope. I still need, I think, the cabbage, so... So yeah, yeah. I could always go back to that, was it Little Witch Nobita game? Was it My Witch Academia or Little Witch Academia, that game? That would be... That feels like a lot. It feels like a game where I will have to take notes in order to play it well. And I could always, you know, get myself some writing paper and just start making notes on it. I could totally do that. Just start working on all of that for a good while. Speaking of notes, I have this notepad here. Oh, I think I was writing... Oh, I have some scrap paper here from where I was making D&D stat rolls. Okay, well, I don't need that. Alley-oop. Yo. Wait a second, can I give you Levelizer to force you to level up? I know it's pointless because you can't fight, apparently. Gosh, yeah, imagine if there was no Levelizer and I had to just keep running through the Sharon's maze over and over again just to try to get levels. Gosh, that would be annoying. I'm not alright. Where's my golden cabbage? Speaking of things. Remember to stay hydrated, y'all. I forgot I didn't take my medication yet, and it's already like 9 p.m. Because I'm just the worst. Alright, here we go. Now, in the spirit of things, time to hydrate. I really feel like I should just grab a random game. Grab a random game that I've been working on off my Steam, like, game list. And then just play through that and see if I can just beat it. Oh yeah, I'll be back. You can count on it. Yeah, I have... came back to the channel because I wanted to, you know, actually finish games. Who knows, maybe I should have a series of, no. Just thinking, it's like, maybe I should have a series talking about games I played, but I've already explained why that's not a super cool, awesome, fun idea. Yeah, go through, because I'm not sure if I'll actually go through with, say, Danganronpa. I might just change that to the single episode games list. Even though, of course, that's not the entire game in one episode, but if I ever do wind up playing again, I'm not going to play on my own because I've already played through and beaten Danganronpa. I already know all the stuff about it, so I'd either be playing with someone who also already knows all the stuff about it, and thus would probably be, you know, joking around, having fun and stuff, whatever, which could be nice, or I would just go into, like, Danganronpa 2, which I've only basically played, like, the first day of, and then just go through there and play that. Which I could be down for doing. Yeah, it's... Oh, speaking of news and stuff, yeah, apparently two of my brothers have COVID, and my mom might have COVID as well, so I can't go and hang out with the family. Because I don't want to get COVID. So, yeah, that's stuff that's going on. And, yeah. Kirian is concerned about potentially getting COVID, so she's isolating herself from everybody. Chandra has it. My family has it. Like, I do need to socialize eventually. And I've tried going on, like, Discords and stuff, trying to find gaming partners, but everyone's like, yeah, let's do that. Let's never set a time for it, though, because I don't actually want to take part in any of it. But yeah, let's totally do it sometime. Okay. A bit of a lie. I found one person who somewhat wants to, but we've been playing Gloomhaven together on Tabletop Sim, and that game is just not good for Let's Playing, mostly because so much of the time spent is calculating what cards to use. Like, I could see myself doing a single-player run-through of the game again. Hey, I could run through using custom classes for the whole thing. But yeah, I could see myself running through the game and with, you know, one person, all four characters, open information, rules, and then just talking and explaining about my choices for everything. It's like, okay, this character is going to use this card because this will give, like, wind attribute and will go faster than this character who's going to use the wind attribute to do this attack. If I play on Tabletop Sim, I don't even have to, like, download the cards for it. Or, actually, one thing I've been working on, or looking into at least, is getting a camera to film, like, an actual tabletop space. Because I do want to get into the whole recording Commander gameplay thing. You know, just have a nice fun time playing Commander with friends. All that stuff. I might as well just fill this up. And I also want to, like, play board games and record it and, like, try to do a let's play of, like, board games. Because, like, when I got, say, Aeon's End Legacy, I literally just sat down and played that entire game for, like, 7 hours. And I could have totally have, yeah. So if I get another, you know, Legacy type game like that, you know, I can always just look for, like, more single-player board games, get them, and just let's play board games. And who knows, maybe I could have a once-a-week slot dedicated to playing board games. I will say I do like the idea of having a new game slot and a miscellaneous slot, but maybe after I finish with Dark Chronicle, I'll have every other day is a let's play of a board game. Or, you know, I mean, probably not. That seems like a lot to do. Once a week. Yeah. Every other day sounds like so much, but once a week board game sounds about right. Yeah, not too much. Pull out some old games. Heck, oh gosh, get Frosthaven. I literally used to just... Oh gosh, yes! Wait until Frosthaven comes out, and then have that be an every other day series. Hey, skill point. Honestly, it might take until 2023 for Frosthaven to come out. Because I strictly remember with Gloomhaven, once I finally got it, I set it up on my table, and I basically did not put it away until I was done. Like, yeah, I had 2 cats at the time. When I was done for the day, I would take a blanket and put it over the whole table and Like, all of the pieces, the maps, the boards, everything. And then just go and, go to bed, and the next morning just uncover it and keep going. And I could totally do something like that again. Get a nice camera set up to, you know, film the whole board, have it connected to... Probably not to my computer, because my computer is in the bedroom, but I could have it connected to one of my 3 or 4 other computers. Yeah, I have a computer set up to the living room TV. I could potentially hook it up to that, maybe. I have a tablet, which I've been using to write a story on recently, and finally finished. So now I can clear up my table, yay. And I also have a handheld gaming computer, as well as an extra computer that I just built because all the parts for making a computer were all on like a 30% sale, all in all. So I kind of did that and kind of screwed myself over financially for a little bit, but everything is working out well. Personally, yeah, that to computer, I wouldn't have had to have dipped into my savings because of that computer, but I did have to dip into my savings because of that whole rent issue, which has since gone fixed. So that, yeah, if I hadn't gone to the computer, I wouldn't have had to dip in. If I hadn't been screwed over on rent, I wouldn't have had to have dipped in. So, you know, both are at fault, but hey, now I have a computer I could theoretically sell to someone for $1,000. It doesn't have a graphics card, which is why it's only that expensive. Gosh, yeah, I posted my pink computer on like buy and sell, and somebody messaged me. It's like, hey, yo, I'll buy the graphics card out of it from you. It's like, gosh, people are desperate. Yeah, people messaging me saying, oh, I can make the same computer for less. It's like the amount that they say that they could make it for is like more than what I had paid for it, and also half the parts they chose are out of stock. And some of the parts that they selected for their list are actually different from my parts. Like, they chose like, oh, well, if I get the case in white, it's like $50 less. It's like, yes, I guess. But this is the pink version, specifically. So, well, if I get it in a different color, it doesn't cost as much. It's like, sure. But this isn't that different color. Like, you're not actually making the same thing. You're making, like, a similar thing. Something like that. Identical, not identical, whatever. Same but not identical, I guess. But yeah, oh gosh, I could... So yeah, I want to get into doing board game Let's Plays. Maybe I'll, you know, shave my wrists and paint my nails or something to look presentable on camera. Get all of that working on and done. Yeah, have it all connected into... Have it all connected into... Have this whole, like, webcam connected into, like, my handheld computer. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible at all. Oh, that's right. The lights in my living room are smart lights. I could use mood lighting. As an actual legitimate thing that I could do. I can go full inscription on y'all. Yeah, adding that as an extra element because, hey, board games are games. Okay, yeah, just wait until like April Fool's one of these years, and I'll just do a full hour-long like episode of like Patty Cake or something. Or no, a full Thumb War episode. Although I think that making Thumb Wars into a bigger deal than they really are has already been run into the ground by some children's network show. I want to say YTV, but I'm not sure. Don't think it was Nickelodeon. Teletoon, maybe? Again, I don't know. It was so long ago. So yeah, for those of you who don't quite understand how dull it is to do the speed up versions of this, it's literally just this. Same stuff. Because I have to run through it in real time for 4 hours. Which for a different series could be, you know, an entire month. But yeah, I specifically have an endpoint for the Rune Factory. That's when Rune Factory 5 comes out, but I might still do weekly Rune Factories if I feel like I have to. So there is still that point to go off of. Dark Cloud 2 is going to end when I'm done with it. Either I find out that it actually is flat out impossible. For example, the monsters that I'm fighting do not give enough experience to count as experience for what I'm working on, and I can't make it forward because I can't actually injure the monsters. I don't want to give away what I'm doing, but I have started to somewhat cheat a little bit. Not making progress. Not making extra progress. Specifically not making extra progress. I'm just grinding faster. I haven't used cheat codes, although wouldn't necessarily be too opposed to that either. I'm just, yeah, cheating just for the sake of grinding faster. I can grind about, what, twice as fast by using Chapter 3 monsters instead of Chapter 2, so that's what I've been doing. And one more episode of that, and I think I should be able to actually hurt the Chapter 3 monsters with my proper challenge. I mean, if you already don't, like, if you don't already know what I'm talking about for the challenge itself, like, oh well. Like, if you know the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about, being so weak and all that. Yeah, that's right, it's a max only run. Oh god, yeah, a ride pod only run. Just have to find a place to stock on ride pod fuel. Be best friends with Cedric. No, that's completely full, so I don't really have to worry about that. I guess I could make more gold juice, but then I'd still have to make even more, like, tomorrow anyway. Ah! Forget it. I'm going to just mute the game for a little bit because, I mean, of course I am, and also lower my own headset volume. So yeah, I do have lots of ideas of what I could do, but I think the tabletop option might be the best, and just try to go, I don't know, like overlay rules and stuff in editing or whatever. Try to cut out all the parts where I'm just reading the rules. Get screen. Oh no, wait. I don't necessarily have access to a scanner now, but but I do have theoretical access to a scanner, so I could scan in pages of a rulebook just to show up. It's like, aha, like this is the ruling, like whatever, and like just, you know, scan the whole book in and just be all like, yeah, let me just try to play this game. It's like, this is what this rule says, so that's what I'm doing with it. This is what this rule says, so that's what I'm doing with this, blah, blah, blah. This is that. And just going like that. Okay, so the 22nd is actually today. What went up today? Was it... Yeah, Crosscode! Crosscode was interesting. I think I will play it, just not right away again. But I think I will play it again. And of course... The Ender Lily's 4-episode swimming lessons, recorded today, coming out tomorrow as of time of recording, but came out 12 hours before this video, and then, oh gosh, Sword of the Necromancer. I can't believe I called, like, 5 different Spoiler alert, I call out like 5 different endings for Sword of the Necromancer, and like all of them were true. People don't often believe me, but when I make a random accusation about something, it's very often right. It's shocking. Because I know how stories work. Like, specific. I know how stories work. I know how fiction, like, goes. So I can be, taking a piece of fiction and see like what arcs that the story goes through, and then accurately predict the arcs that the story will continue to go through. Sword of the Necromancer was very basically a slight shade off from a paint by numbers picture, and it's like, well, this story, as it has been presented and as we have seen so far, has like only really these couple of routes that it could legitimately go through. And then boom, all of the... No, I think technically one was... No, that one was true as well. Like, all of them were true. And that is something that I kind of do want to have an episode just talking about it after it's done. And just to be all like, oh, hey, by the way, remember when I said this thing? Yeah, it was actually true because of this thing. Like... I wonder if it could be worthwhile. Gosh, I often do a thing where I do like Magic the Gathering. Like I play Commander with solo, so I play 4-player game of Commander, but I control all 4, and try to play it as fair as possible. And some of those games are actually like really wildly intense, and I wonder if it would be. I wonder how I would do best in like pushing that forward like as a thing that happens, because I thought once about using like Flash or something to animate it, like write down everything that happens, all the cards I played, all the actions that I made, as well as writing a script for what happens as if it's for actual people playing a game and how they talk to each other and how that influences what they do. And then go and like animate it, get people to do voice work. Hey, I can do one voice, but trying to do 4 voices, I'm not very good at I am not very good at voice work. You can tell, because that was still very obviously me. But yeah, get a couple of friends to get in together, maybe a couple of randos. Like, hey, can you record like like a good half hour's worth of voice work? Yeah, no pay, just for like the fun of it. I'll put you in this project. So yeah, try to get people to do voice work for it. Try to like animate the whole thing. Get like images for all the cards. Yeah, try to get everything done like properly. I'm sure I could do it. It's just like, would all that work be worthwhile for like one video? Would people actually watch it? People could potentially click on it if I go into like the Magic the Gathering Discourse that I'm in and go, oh hey, by the way, I animated a game of Commander. What do you think? And just it's like, yeah, it's pretty low quality, but I mean, heck, if I just use myself for all the voices, it's like, hey, yeah, it's pretty low quality, but it's solo Commander stuff here. And then as I just get better, then I guess animation quality could get better, or I could just actually play games that have an ending, like Sword of the Necromancer and whatnot. I guess knowing how stories end kind of ruins the stories in a way. I don't want to keep playing until the end because I can already guess how it's going to end. It's like, well, it's going to end in one of these 3 ways. And then it's like, okay, I could keep playing to figure out which one, or I could just not. Like, gosh, like Volume 6 of RWBY came out, so it was like a great big plot related episode. and I made this whole rather convoluted theory about what potentially had happened, like, before the show had begun in the lore. And then, like, volume, what, 7? Was it? I think it was just the ending of volume 7 came out. Yeah, I think it was the end of volume 7, where it turns out, yeah, no, that was actually true. Yeah. Right, volume 8 happened, and volume 9 we're still waiting for. It should have come out last August, but we're still waiting on Ruby Volume 9, still waiting on Bioshock 4, still waiting on Elder Scrolls 6, still waiting on Two Worlds 3, still waiting on, I guess, Pokemon Arceus, technically waiting on that. Still waiting on Rune Factory 5, still waiting on Frosthaven, still waiting. There's so many things I'm still just waiting for. And I just want to play these games and experience these things. And yeah, sure, Elder Scrolls 6, boom, get on it. Do Let's Plays and stuff. Yeah, it won't be like the best thing ever, but if I have fun, that's all that really matters, you know? And all things considered, we are definitively still getting defensive stats, which is kind of weird. But yeah, Sword of the Necromancer is done. I can finally, I don't know, mark that off as complete. I do want to play Nikolai's Pirates, but unfortunately on my computer it crashes, so I don't know if I have to find like an old computer to try to play it on. Okay, maybe Mom will let me use one of her, like, 8-year-old tablets or something. Oh, hey, someone... Oh my gosh, the Crosscode episode has only been out for, like, not even 10 hours. And someone has already viewed it. Awesome! I still can't believe that one really stupidly named game got so many views. I guess because it was supposed to only be for sale for, like, 1 day. People, like, heard about it, but thought that they couldn't play it for themselves, and so they decided to like find it. But oh gosh, yeah, that game that was supposed to be so absolutely convoluted and complicated and difficult, and I go and beat it first try within an hour while insulting the game the entire time. I guess that would make it worth watching. Just like, oh, what are these things? I don't care. Revive, you say? Well, that's all I need to know. Oh, shoot. It's like... People will always say that I suck at playing games just because, you know, I'm not, like, world class, like... I'm not, you know, a super popular Twitch streamer. Like, I don't play Call of Duty for 14, 15, 16 hours a day. Like, I don't play World of Warcraft. I have played it. Not so much my thing. I don't care for the monthly subscription. Like, oh, well, I could totally kill you in, like, 1v1 COD. It's like, okay, well, first, don't talk about killing people. Apparently that gets FBI to show up at your door. And also, so what? I could totally, like, run circles around you in some other game. Like, yeah, sure, if someone picks, like, one game to 1v1 me in, they're gonna pick whatever game that they're, like, best at and, like, win. But if I go 1v1 against just one person, not at, like, say, 100 different games, I'm bound to win quite a few of those. Like, heck, I am sure that I could take part in a game tournament. Yeah, some sort of, like, comparative event, where it's specifically games that none of us had ever played before. And I could probably do pretty well at, you know, understanding what's going on and doing well at that. Like, I haven't played the hand simulator games yet, but I'm sure if I tried them, I could get a nice grasp on them. What I'm really good at when it comes to gaming, though, is not breaking my controllers and monitors and everything else, just for getting angry at a game. I don't know why people get so angry at games, like, oh no, the controls are bad and my little character died. Like, I've been frustrated at games, because games are often very stupid, but I don't go to the point where, oh, I'm going to break things because of this video game. It's like, no. Like, there's no point. People play Dark Souls in, like, break their disc about and then go buy a new one. It's like, or you could just not break the disc and then you don't have to go and buy a new one. Like, oh, I am angry, so I'm going to destroy things. Like, no. I played Dark Souls 3 and I was so bad at it that I only managed to beat the first boss because it let me. Like, alright, yeah, sure. This game is made to be difficult, and it doesn't help when people always say, ha ha ha, you suck, you suck. It's like, yeah, I mean, you did too when you first started playing. Like, I'm sure if I play this game for as long as you have, I'd also be good at it. I'm just not going to. Not because I have a life, because I have other games to play.